Hello, everyone. This is Christina, and welcome to my live broadcast today on the great event, the Eclipse, which has already begun, as many of you know. I am here in Mexico, and the reason that I have come on today is a couple of reasons. I wanted to start my YouTube channel to get going. I used to do it several years ago, and you can go back in my videos and you see that I've done a lot of free Belvaspata healing videos. And then I sort of went off and I do little things for just marketing or networking and that. And about a week or 2 weeks ago, I started doing daily spiritual guidance readings, just little short readings, but I was not on camera. I preferred to just have the focus on the message. So a couple of people said, well, why aren't you coming on live? You know, and I had to look at that. I really didn't want to come on. I didn't want to just be on video at this time. So I had to kind of look at what my resistance was for that. And there's different reasons. And but so now I've decided to do that. And today was a great opportunity for me to be able to do this for a couple of things. I'm going to do a live reading guidance with the 2 card decks that I've been using. And then I'm going to do a actually short little Belvaspata session with some sigils, a protocol, and some sigils from that protocol that we as Belvaspata practitioners who have been asked to do by Almine, who's been the teacher and that I've walked with for just under 20 years. And she brought forth this powerful healing modality. And you can learn more about that at my website. Click on the links or go back in my videos, of my Belvaspata videos, and have a free healing session and learn more about Belvaspata. But today she's asked us to do 7 sigils, specific ones, to assist with this whole event that's taking place. It's so powerful. It's just, there's so much going on there, you know, and there are millions of people that are gathering all along the West Coast, and then of course in the whole line of totality. So to assist with sort of, I guess you want to say, a protection, a awakening, because this particular Belvaspata is for the cosmic mind. So it will assist on some level. So we've been asked to do that as practitioners. And so I will be doing it. We've been doing it for actually, I think 4 days. This is the 5th, or maybe tomorrow's the 5th day, but I've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 days. And so I'm going to do it today live because there are many people that are also Almine students that are not practitioners yet. So I think it's kind of nice that we can connect here and I can do that for all of us. So I will do this in a couple of minutes. I was hoping that I could on the screen also show the eclipse, because I'm looking at it now on YouTube, but for some reason now in Google Hangouts, which is all I can use because I have a Chromebook. So I'm very limited in features and what I can use. I can't use any other live stream on here. I can only use Google Hangouts. So before we used to have YouTube in here, and I used to be able to connect it, but I'm not. So I am watching it, and I'm sure many of you are watching it. And we are, looks like half. It's, yep, it's covering half of the sun. The moon is covering half of it. And to be honest with you, as an, excuse me, as an intuitive, as an empath, I have been feeling this for days. There's a lot of different symptoms that have come with this, and many of you don't even have to really be an intuitive or an empath. I'm sure are sensing it on some level. So, or many different ways. And nausea has been one of them. So, and there's reasons for that, but at the same time, just because there's so many different energies and frequencies happening right now. And this is also letting go of the old, you know, yeah, just goosebumps as I said that. So, you'll get to know me, but I am extremely sensitive. So if you see me doing kind of weird things or sensing things, because I have, you know, a great sense of a lot of things. that are going on. Sometimes I don't know what they are, but whew. So there's much happening there. And what I can just say right now is that if you can just be still, tune in to your greater self, see where in your life you can let go of the old, and just sort of say thank you, gratitude, and let that go, and see this as a whole new beginning. It's a creation of a new sun, a new beginning. So, and everybody has their own path in the way that they do that. Okay, so it looks like I cannot share this on Google. That's too bad. All right, so, well, hopefully many of you are watching it. And if you're in the line of totality, amazing. Okay, let me get back to my video so I can see where I'm at. Okay. Now, if anybody wants to, I don't know, I put it out there a little bit. I didn't sort of really broadcast this too much, so some people might just be stopping by. But if anybody sort of wants to at some point ask a question, please feel free. I will do my best to answer at some point if I can. Okay, so actually what I want to do right now is I want to pick out 2 cards for today. All right. And the first card comes from the Divinity Quest cards. And these are from Almine. Again, this has been my teacher for just under 20 years. She's an international mystic and teacher and author, seer, of course, and just brings profound material and tools forth for us. And you can check her out at spiritualjourneys.com if you like. If you're interested, you feel the resonance with that. But these are pretty amazing cards. Okay. I just heard voices. Did anybody else hear that? I have no idea where that just came from. Okay. And you know that as we get closer to the eclipse, the energies, the solar energy, electricity is just going to be working totally over time. I know they're prepared for that, but I'm sure there will be shortages. So hopefully we don't get knocked off. I did see, actually I was on the NASA channel, and their feed, their stream is not so great, and it keeps buffering. So hopefully we don't get knocked off. I had to start late because some things happening outside, but okay, I don't know where that came from. So let's go back to the Divinity Quest cards. And so these are very profound cards. They're for the higher matrix, for our God self. And they are self-guidance cards, but they're much more than that. And they really actually do assist to activate your DNA to remember your origins of who you really are as a God being. So I'm going to pick a card. I had a friend suggest to me, if you're watching, to shuffle them and maybe have someone pick it. But I'll try that on another live stream, which I think I'm going to call Intuitive Chat. And we'll see how that unfolds. So we're going to pick a card today, August 21st, 2017. I don't know where my video went. There it is. Hello, I'm back. Hello to the 2 viewers or more. I can't really tell because YouTube, I'm carried over here on YouTube. There's a chat in YouTube, and but not here on my Google Hangout. So I can switch between them. So I'm going to pick a card today. And this card is from Divinity Quest, if you're just tuning in. So let's see what guidance we receive today. All right. So the card is number 29. I'm going to show you number 29. Let's see how we go. 29. Is it backwards? I'll read it. And each one of these cards has a sigil, which is an angel associated with this card. And you can always tune in and, well, tune in, but call the angel to assist, I do, for further insight or understanding. And however that comes through to you. So card number 29. And the angel with this card is Arpa Pli Hasur Asanat. I think I had this card yesterday. Yes, I did. Oh, wow. Now, you see, through generosity of living, do we replenish ourselves with the new potential waiting to take shape? In giving, do we immediately receive? The way a hole in the ocean must immediately fill itself. I'll read that one more time. Through generosity of living, do we replenish ourselves with the new potential waiting to take shape? How perfect is this for today? New beginnings. In giving, do we immediately receive? The way a hole in the ocean must immediately fill itself. Giving and receiving. It's a circular, it's really the same wave, you know, what you put out must come back to you, and however that may be. So ponder on that. And that is a very wonderful card. So you can tune into that card today. That's the opposite way. Now, I have my own cards. I call them the Mystic Musing cards. And I created digital art first with the cards. And then I would put a contemplation word with that. And what I started doing with my digital art was actually with this program, writing the word. So within that, you know, it creates a weave. And to me, it holds that frequency because it's the written word. So, and that's what I kind of make. So these are contemplation cards, I call them. So we're going to pick a card today, August 21st, 2017. So far, so good. It's holding up. Where are we with time? I wanted to see where we're at with the eclipse. So, because I am in, where am I? Am I in Central Time? It's 12:04 to me. So, which is 15 minutes to totality. So that's, I want to actually be doing the Belvaspata at that time. So here's the contemplation card today. Sometimes they just jump right out. Ooh, I like to have goosebumps. If anybody's wondering, goosebumps is a confirmation of truth, something that you've just spoken or you've requested to do, and you're in alignment with that current moment of truth. So today's card is creative expression. Creative expression. Attune to the frequency and contemplation for the day, and that's my card. Now, some people might miss that I do the video for this because I take this afterwards and I enhance it, and create some digital art. And I usually, because I also do sound healing with my voice, I do toning. And when I tune into this and I start to do the digital art, sound comes through. So, or sometimes language, or usually, well, sound and language is usually what it is. On occasion, silence. It's just feeling the frequency of that. So, but I may still do that afterwards. But right now, so creative expression. So you can combine that with today's card of the Divinity Quest. And however that may be for each one of you. So, okay. Now, some people tuning in who are Almine students will know what I'm talking about, and the rest of you won't know, but you could explore it more if you want. Before I came on, I actually did some protection lights around me in my home in that sense, because, and I don't want to go into a fear thing about any of it, but it does exist. You know, it is an opportunity where those who have forgotten who they are and that they are part of the one, you know, or have their own agenda. So they're taking this opportunity to do whatever. So meaning that there's a lot of different frequencies and energies around. And so what I did was put some protection lights around myself and my home. Almine, who actually lives on the Oregon coast, and how amazing is that? And it's had, you know, there are thousands of people just in where she lives alone coming to view this event. And so she's holding the space and the protection and energy for all of those people there, because really we're all acting as a proxy to move us up into another level in space. I don't want to get too esoteric with people here, because I'm hoping to just connect with a lot of people here who are really just feeling the resonance with their, or having an awareness of their own spiritual journey awakening, you know, and even those who are already pretty advanced on it. But then again, there's no destination. So I'll try not to get too esoteric with things, but sometimes I will. All right, so Belvaspata, just very quickly for those who don't know, Belvaspata is a very profound healing modality of light and frequency. Belvaspata in the angelic language means healing of the heart. There are many levels, several levels to it, 4 main levels. There are specialty Belvaspata's protocols. Okay, so what we're going to do today is Kanish Belvaspata, which is the Belvaspata for the cosmos and the cosmic mind, and it actually acts as a proxy. So whoever is actually facilitating it receives the, you know, spiritual gifts in that sense, and as well as the rest of life. So today I'm going to do, because we are just about to totality. Let's take a look. I'm sorry, I really wish that I could have this on the screen while we were doing it at the same time, but it's not there. Okay, all right. Wow, they say in Oregon coast it's going to be 10:19. 10:19. And we are at their time is 10, so they say in 10 minutes. Doesn't quite look that way according to the one that I'm seeing, but that's all right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just become still for a moment, and I'm going to bring my attention to my heart center, and I'm going to spend a couple of minutes just to expand myself, seeing myself as all things. And if you want to just tune in, if there's any Belvaspata practitioners there, great. But I'm sure that they're doing their part at this time. But if you're not, just bring your attention to your center and your heart and expand that, you know, beyond your body, beyond your space, beyond the planet, you know, see yourself as all things and be open to receive. This is a non-intrusive modality, first of all. So, okay. So, and then I will do the 7 sigils to assist us today with the eclipse. You can also envision yourself surrounded by a beautiful white light. I expand very quickly. Actually, I can feel a lot of people heart palpitations. So don't be alarmed by this. It's okay. Just breathe, just relax, and they will stop. But I could feel a lot. I know there's only a few people on here, but we're tuned into everybody, and so I can feel the heart palpitations of people. So it's okay. It really is. It really is. I call forth the overall angel for Belvaspata, Galechnut Vavalesh Vispata, to preside over this session today of Kanish Belvaspata. Bla Utvapata for the opening of the mind. I call forth the angel Rusetvi Urubach. Kru Vekpa Ururek for the opening of the heart. I call forth the angel Ior Numobach. Kelavispava for receptivity of the body. I call forth the angel through Arere Pleva. Wow, this is very powerful. I don't usually cry in Belvaspata, but I'm feeling it very strongly. This is an amazing time on the planet. So she's asked us to do just the first 7 sigils. There's actually 5 levels in Kanish Belvaspata, but the first 7 sigils for this event today. And I call the angel Para Hiruvat, the angel for fluid and graceful change to Kanish Belvaspata. This is level 1. By the power of your sigil that I hold, I call on you to create a fluid and graceful process of purification and enlightenment in level 1 of Kanish Belvaspata. The first 7 sigils. As again, these are proxy sigils in that they are automatically done for the cosmos, thereby blessing the person giving and receiving all with the gifts of enlightenment. Belshi et preva harustra. I call forth the angel Kires Parvi to bring the sigil for the healing of the subconscious mind. Kluhat verbis uvastava. I call forth the angel Nu Avesbi to bring forth the sigil for the healing of the middle mind. Krachpahar Ustava, I call forth the angel Nunna Veshbi Strahuhar to bring forth the sigil for the healing of the higher mind. Plihabak Velvesh Aruna, I call forth the angel Kistebaruk to bring forth the sigil for the balancing of masculine and feminine components in mind. Bru abak setelvi, I call forth the angel Kura Sastrava to bring forth the sigil for clear communication between electrical and magnetic components within mind and the body. There's an angel wing in the clouds. Vrubranik Selvavespi, I call forth the angel Establanish Veravi to bring forth the sigil for the unconditional oneness of all minds. Kel avis kavel ures pavi, I call forth the angel Nishtunen Heshvi to bring forth the sigil for the opening of the mind to infinite presence. And I close this session in praise, in love, and in gratitude. Oh. Well, it says it's exactly 10:19 on the West Coast, 12:19 here, which they say is supposed to be total. Oh, I wish I could show you this. There's a ring, the cloud has created almost like a ring. It goes like this. It's a ring right outside my window. No, we don't have that apparently, and it won't be for another, I think it's 12:59 our time. We're going to have 25% totality. But I can see the design that the clouds are making. Very interesting. So I'm just going to take a look. Now it's interesting because it doesn't show totality on the site that I'm looking at. Maybe it needs to be updated. So let's take a look. Now, oh yeah, no, actually it needed to be updated. Silly me. They are, wow, it is almost, well, they said 10:18. They're off a little bit, but it's already starting to move. There we go. There we go. I hope some of you are watching it. I'm sorry I can't show it here so we can watch it together, but I hope that some of you are watching it. They're showing the people with their glasses on. Oh, I'm going to turn the sound off of that so it doesn't interfere. It just looks like a space movie, doesn't it? It's so interesting. It's a powerful event. It's like a ring. The clouds have created a ring over here. Wow. Now, this is the beginning of it. Of course, it's got to go across. It's going across. Well, it is going across 14 states of the United States. I know there's a few people here. I don't know if anybody wants to ask a question or maybe you want to share what you're feeling or maybe your intuitive sense or anything that you have experienced. I might talk about a little bit about that. Actually, I've scheduled another live stream on in 2 days want to do them in the evenings, just because there tends to be, it's more quiet and less interference. But we're going to talk about maybe some after effects, and maybe I'll do some intuitive readings on people. That's kind of what the idea is of what I'm looking at to do. So let's see if there's anybody. You have to bear with me as I'm limited on what I have. I have the two things opened, and here you can't chat, but on YouTube, you're watching it on YouTube. For me, I'm in both platforms. So if you want to ask a question, there's a Sawyer is there. I can see anyways here. If you want to ask any questions or personal questions, I mean, that intuitively maybe I can tune into, or just share anything if you want to. But I want to talk a little bit about some of the symptoms that a lot of people might be going through. And I mean, first of all, if you have some serious symptoms, I have to say, go to a doctor. I'm not much of a doctor person because I do my best to do my own inner healing, because that's really where all healing takes place. But if it's something that's very, very serious, then sure, check that out first. Gosh, I wish I had one of those cameras I could go outside and show you the interesting formations of the clouds out my window here. And it's a beautiful, hot, sunny day in Puerto Vallarta. And but some of the symptoms, as I said, nausea. And that has to do with a lot of things, low frequencies, your own emotional issues or food or things like that. Putting low frequency food in your body. Emotional issues. A lot of people have lately been having, and I'm included in this, are issues with the GI tract. And again, that's related to foods, different foods, energies, emotions, resistance, to change, resistance to whatever may be going on in your life. Change, resisting changing your perception, your attitude. It's individual for each of us, but there is a common thread between all of us. Sometimes it looks like angel wings. This one looks like a huge bird. I know there's so many beings around. I mean, and the cosmos is watching this event, Some people just don't have any idea about what's going on. That's okay. That's where they're at, But some of the other symptoms, I feel, are stagnation, not knowing what to do. And I think this fits in with, like, right now, whereas we are, ending lifetimes of living a certain way and moving into a whole new different way of living. So I think that kind of fits with not knowing, maybe consciously you are not aware of that, but unconsciously, or your greater self knows this, so is aware of that. And so things may just seem, and I understand this totally. You're not sure what you should be doing, what's going on, why things are not, moving along like you want them to be. Being indecisive, being emotional, being unemotional. It's okay. It's okay to feel these things. But at the same time, we have to pay attention to them. We need to look at them. We need to explore them. We need to see what deeper reality is there, or what deeper vision, you can see. It's exploration. For me, I find this very much to be an exploration time. As much as I want it to be a manifestation time to do things, because I do feel I do have a sense of what's coming to a certain degree. I have a sense of, what I'm inspired to do, and that's a key thing. I had a profound quote that came through me several years ago in an Almine retreat. It was, all of her retreats are amazing, but this one was, for me, so much took place. It was in Niagara Falls, Canada, where I'm originally from, Canada. And I wrote a lot of things, but this one thing was that all life will change when it knows its source of inspiration. And, Almine thought that was such a profound thing. She actually took all my writing and said that was, even for her, like when it hit her, what that really meant. But for me, it's been, I was like, yeah, I get it. But no, I didn't really get it. It took me probably like 5 years to really even have a aha moment of what that meant. And each one of us, can explore what that is to you. But I got it. And the only thing what I'm working on now is the exploration of that, and allowing that inspiration to guide me, the inspiration. I understand who source is, and I am source also, but the inspiration, and it's there, it plays a part and it trickles. Sorry, I'm going like this because there's someone at my window. I'm not waving at you guys. I'm trying to tell them to come to the window. And this is in Mexico. They come and knock on your door. Can I clean your yard and all that stuff? It's funny because we just had ours all done. And yeah, so getting back to inspiration. And inspiration is there. You just need to listen. You need to explore it. And so I have my inspirations, and to be honest with you, they have not changed. And some of them have not changed. They have always been there speaking to me. It's always been there speaking to me. And that is to, number one, for me to awaken to who I truly am and to be that being here on this planet, in this body. And the other thing is to share what I can with others. And I've done that, and I do that. I do a lot more behind the scenes. I did a little bit, a few years back when we did some Belvaspata videos, but I haven't really put myself out there in that way. And I know that that's something that I'm to do. So I'm going to put that into play and put that into motion and see how it unfolds. Not be attached to it, but see how that unfolds. And I do feel that it's going to, we're going to see it become a lot more easier, more fluid to be able to do it now, because this event has many layers to it. I don't know all what's in there. one of the reasons I do walk a journey with Almine and study with Almine is because she is a seer, and she does bring forth much, much, much information from infinite, as we refer to it, for the infinite, to source, creator, whatever you choose to call it. Profound revelations, profound insights, profound information. So, you know, bringing forth the unknown. And so this is why I've walked a journey with her for so long. But I have to apply these to my life, you know, and to experience these and allow it to inspire me as well. So I feel once we sort of get through this, it feels a little bit turbulent right now, a little bit, you know, and because there's parts of ourselves that may still be resisting. There's parts of ourselves that are still, you know, not cooperating, or whatever that means, whether it's the inner child or the inner nurturer, you know, whatever, the other aspects of yourself. And this is what we're also working on. I am feeling a huge energy right now, just starting in my root chakra. So I'm sounding a little bit shaky. It's because I can feel some very powerful energies trying to move up my body. I've put all these oils on that Almine has. They're pure Egyptian fragrance oils. And there's 8 that are called the high magic oils. And I put them, I have all the different oils in my personal oil on, and high heart oil. So I got myself pretty activated before I sat down here, as well as, you know, protected. But feeling heavy duty energies. So, I wanted to share with you today, this is a mantra, which again, I think is pretty fitting. And this again comes from Almine. Today's mantra is, I am a holy light bearer amongst mankind. My footsteps bless the earth. Isn't that beautiful? And again, totally fitting for today. And there's an angel with this, Il Celta. What a beautiful name. So thank you, angels. So, and if I didn't mention, to those who don't know, Belvaspata is an angelic healing modality. So it works with the Belvaspata, angels that were created just for this modality. So angels all around. Wonderful. All right, I know there's some more viewers there. If anybody wants to, I would have to go look over there. I have to go to the other one to see if anybody wants to ask any questions or share anything that might be happening. I know that there's a lot of people out there thinking today is doom and gloom. Well, I don't know. I look out my window and it's beautiful, sunny palm trees, and it's very beautiful. It's not to say that there won't be any movements within the earth or changes. I don't think that they will be. Hello, Karin, how are you? See, I'm sorry, I didn't go over to the chats over here because I was in my Google Hangout. But hello. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. So yeah, but there's a lot of, last night I was just trying to look to see how I could set this up, you know, and maybe to have the eclipse showing or whatever. And then of course there's all of these videos popping up about all these terrible things that are going to happen. And there are those that have the agenda for things to happen, but it's not going to happen, because to me, the more of the collective of humanity is tuned into living differently. That's just the way I see it. It doesn't mean I'm not aware of other things. Doesn't mean that. but it doesn't rule my life. I don't walk in fear about it. No, because underneath all that, there is an excitement. There's an excitement, you know. I'm so happy to be on this planet. I love it. Even even in the things that don't look so or not so wonderful. You know, I have to acknowledge that there's a perfection within all that, and that it's a matter of perspective, it's a matter of perception, it's a matter of understanding, and it's a matter of transcending all of that and going through the stages of what's really going on. Karin, you're in Holland, right? Any questions or anything you want to maybe ask, or do you want to share how, I know I don't think you guys had much of a totality happening there in Europe. I don't really know, but anything that you might want to share or ask about that? So totality finishes, when does totality finish at? It's a 2 hour and 35 minutes, I think it is, event. Let's take a look and see what's happening over here. Everybody looking up with their solar glasses. Yeah, so okay, now it's crossing. So it's not quite halfway yet. Not quite. You know what's interesting is that in 7 years, I think it's April 8th. April 8th. I didn't even know about this, but I just learned about it. April 8th, there's going to be another one. So 7 years from now, and it's actually going to create an X. So it's going to start down here, actually, in Mexico. I looked on the map, and I think it's around, I think it's close to Mazatlan, sort of in that area. And then it's going to go across and go up a little bit more, you know, to the east coast of I think it crosses actually right in New York area. So up that way. So it's going to cross. So this has some significance. I don't follow all of these things, and I'm not in tune with a lot of that. But I think that's, you know, and I'm sure someone who, you know, this is their study and they look at all of this, the significance of this. I'm sure there's something there, but it's very interesting. And the other interesting thing is that, and I didn't know this, as I say, I don't really tune into mainstream too much of what's going on. But on September 23rd of this year is another sort of celestial event, apparently, but it coincides with the Bible. I will not at all try to quote the Bible because I can't, but it has to do with a Revelation 12. Revelation 12 or Revelation 12.1. So there's going to be this configuration alignment that hasn't happened since this was prophesied then, I guess 2,000 years ago, in Virgo, in the constellation Virgo. And interesting, I'm a Virgo. And interesting, I have also tentatively set a workshop, London, England, because I've had some people request this. And I didn't know, so I've set the date for the 23rd and 24th. And after I did that, I started to get notices about this event too on the 23rd. So you can look more into that. I don't know. I don't understand it all. I've just briefly looked at it, but it is a configuration, and I'm sure there's great significance to it. And it speaks about, you know, the planet Jupiter being in Virgos, the Virgin's womb for 9 months. So there's going to be a birth of something. So I'm sure that that is going to be another interesting day for us, for humanity, for the cosmos. And so it would be wonderful, you know, if I'm doing this workshop in London, that would be really wonderful to be attuned to that. So, There's lots of amazing things happening. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Yeah, but I really wanted just to connect with, our light family, to connect with others who may feel a connection with me or resonance in the tools that I use, or they just feel a resonance, and there are a lot of people out there that are alone in this, are having their own awakening and things happening. And I think that's another thing why I want to start this YouTube channel and have it more as an intuitive chat. And sometimes I will maybe do healing. Sometimes I'll do clearings, readings, or just talking, to people who need someone to talk to on this journey. And so we'll see how that goes. So I appreciate the support, and that's kind of what I'm hoping that I can put out there also. And then maybe we'll get some other beautiful people to come in and join us sometimes. So let's see how that goes. So did you have any sense, Karine, of the eclipse over there? I know you guys are, what are you, 6-7 hours ahead? Well, from me. Did you have any sense of what was happening over there? I have some other people tuning into me here on the other platform. Anything exciting happening over there? So again, I just want to say today is a major cosmic event. It's not just an Earth event, it's a cosmic event. So there are many, many, many beings and civilizations, or wherever they may be, tuning into this in some way, or watching, from wherever. But it's not just today. It's going to continue for however long. It's going to unfold in its whatever way is to be, but we are also part of that. So I think this is a new beginning, and I feel it's a new beginning, because the last few days really actually were kind of rough, to be honest with you. They were kind of rough in a physical sense, because I could feel so many things that were just, in the body that were changing, and it was like detoxing. I was also going through a detox, and I've made a personal life change for myself, is to to just completely not eat any. I didn't eat meat, so I would just occasionally eat, and then I stopped eating fish like a little while ago, because I was starting to get ill. And then we learned that the mercury in the water was like way higher. Like, I don't know what Almine had said, something like 300% higher than what they told us. And I learned that bit of information after I was getting sick, and I didn't eat a lot of fish, but and here in Mexico, to be honest with you, in a lot of places, the food is probably less, I don't know, contaminated or less processed. I'm not saying completely, but in some ways, because they don't do a lot of that processing that they do back home. Where you get the fresh fish and things like that. And the chickens, they don't, inject them with hormones and that. So we don't get these overinflated chickens. But still, I was starting to get ill from the fish. And then I learned, of course, because I'm on the Pacific coast. So that was a change for me. And the last few weeks, I just realized my body cannot take, because at the same time, even some of the other foods, it's like the people that are preparing it, or there's what they're inputting it with their own emotions and thoughts, and whoever knows what else. And so I was feeling so many different things, and I thought, this isn't all mine. I don't feel like this is mine, and I know that I work as a proxy for, but still, it's just too much. And I thought, because it didn't matter kind of what I ate, except for when I had my green smoothies and I had my fruit, I was okay, And then I would just try a little something here, and then it's like, it's not working. So it was becoming very frustrating because I was getting tired of this nauseousness, and I was getting tired of this, my body not being able to digest this. So just 2 days ago, I made a decision that I'm just going to be vegetarian. And, I was that for 10 years completely. And then I went back a bit on with some chicken and fish, but I cannot do it. My stomach cannot digest it. And really, I'm sure many people were having this feeling because, as we exist and move into higher frequencies on this planet, we just cannot match the lower frequencies. We just cannot. And so that's another symptom. But that's a change that I've made, and I have to stick to it. Oh, okay, that's great. Yeah. Yeah, I know you're not able to see it, but you're definitely aware of it. Of course you are. Okay, well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it at this. This will record or it's recording, and it'll be there for a replay. If anything later, to maybe just to experience the Kanish Belvaspata, or just to get to know me a little bit. And I will do another live stream in 2 days. I think it's scheduled. When do I have it for? The 22nd. Oh no, I have it scheduled for tomorrow. Okay. But I have it scheduled in the evening. So cut in, you will be sleeping, I guess, or unless you're up really early, because I have it 10:30 p.m. my time. So, and I'm on, I don't know, am I Central Time? I don't know where I am. I'm 1 hour behind New York, so maybe I'm on Central Time. And so I'll be doing that, but you can always tune into it at any time, and we'll see how this goes. So for those that join me today and those who tune in later, thank you. If anybody wants to have has any questions, or you can actually put them in the comments or make comments, please subscribe to my channel. That would be wonderful. So help me get going here and be able to broadcast a bit more often. But if you do have any questions, put them in the comments, or just if you want to share, anything that's come up. And maybe some requests, because that'll sort of help me to prepare something maybe. And I don't want to prepare too much. I want to be in the flow of, these intuitive chats. But if you have any requests, put them in the comments, and we'll see. I'll go through them, take a look, and see how I can bring that to you all. All right. I'm going to say thank you for your presence. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for walking the journey. Thank you for being part of this life, in this planet, and for all that you do. Yeah. There's I just want to share this because this is within me. There is a peace that has just sort of come. Like I can feel like this really subtle, tranquil peace. How long it's gonna last right now, I don't know, but I'm just saying that's what I'm kind of feeling. And I see that the solar eclipse is, getting closer to its completion. But there's, the heart has calmed down. The nausea is pretty much gone. I can feel my cells tingling at the same time. So anyways, I would like people to share with me and let me know how this whole event continues to affect you. Okay. Well, thank you very much for participating, for being here, and I send you my love and blessings. and have a beautiful day.